Stop for a moment. Do not scroll, because December 26th is the day most people misunderstand. The day after the noise, the day after the lights, the day after the emotion, when the world exhales and assumes everything important has already passed. But this is precisely why today carries power. Because what truly reshapes a life rarely happens in the spotlight. It happens in the quiet aftermath, when distractions fall away and you are left alone with what remains. Today is not a continuation of celebration. It is a reckoning with residue. The emotional residue, the mental residue, the spiritual residue left behind when expectation meets reality. After togetherness fades back into routine. After the rush dissolves, after the ordinary returns. This is the day when clarity either settles or confusion takes root, depending on how you meet it. On December 26th, many people wake up feeling strangely empty, unsettled, restless, disappointed, without knowing why. Not because something went wrong, but because the stimulation ended and the internal questions did not. Instead of listening, most people rush to refill the silence with noise, activity, planning, or distraction. Today invites you to do something different, something quieter, something far more powerful, to listen to what surfaced when everything slowed down. Yesterday opened the heart. Today asks what you will do with what entered. Yesterday softened defenses. Today tests whether you rebuild them out of habit or allow openness to mature into stability. This is not a day for dramatic decisions. It is not a day for emotional conclusions. It is a day for honest noticing. Notice what feels heavier now that the celebration is past. Notice what feels lighter. Notice what dissolved quietly without explanation. Residue reveals truth. What remains after excitement fades is what actually matters. If you rush past today, if you force productivity or distraction, you carry unresolved weight forward, and unresolved weight always returns later, as fatigue, irritability, or confusion. Today gives you a chance to integrate instead of accumulate, to settle instead of suppress, to acknowledge instead of override. You may feel a subtle pressure today. Not urgency, but transition. Something has ended. A season of anticipation. A version of expectation. Endings do not always announce themselves loudly. Sometimes they simply stop asking for your attention. Today is not asking you to celebrate, and it is not asking you to grieve. It is asking you to adjust your posture, because posture determines how you carry what comes next. Carrying excitement without grounding leads to burnout. Carrying disappointment without processing leads to cynicism. But carrying awareness leads to wisdom. Wisdom does not rush to label experiences as good or bad. Today you are calibrating. Calibration requires patience, not force. Alignment does not feel exciting. It feels steady. It feels like your nervous system taking a deeper breath. If you allow it, today will teach you how to move forward, without dragging yesterday's expectations behind you. Pay attention to what your mind wants to replay today. Repetition points to unresolved meaning. Sit with it gently. Intensity fades when it is allowed. You may notice your tolerance for noise is lower today, that you want quieter spaces, simpler conversations. This is not withdrawal. It is recovery. Recovery is not weakness. It is integration after stimulation. December 26th is not empty. It is transitional. Transitional days are bridges. You do not build houses on bridges. You cross them attentively. Cross today with attention. Because December 26th is not a letdown. It is a handover. From noise to knowing. From anticipation to alignment. And if you do not rush past it, what comes next will feel steadier, clearer, and more grounded than anything you forced before. It asks what they revealed. Today reveals patterns. Patterns of expectation. Patterns of attachment. Patterns of avoidance. Patterns of resilience. Look at them without judgment. Judgment creates resistance. Observation creates choice. You are not required to fix anything today. Fixing implies something is broken.